Right, addicts, this is DJ REM, and I have Eric from the band Social 66 on the line. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man.
So why don't you start by introducing yourself and the members of the band that are not with us, if you will?
Well, my name's Eric Stevers. I play bass for Social 66, and you got Jason O'Daniel is lead singer, guitarist. Seven is our lead guitarist, and Joe Bailey plays drums.
Right, and what's going on? What's going on with you guys right now?
Things are moving at like warp speed from the time we got this thing off the ground to now. We're getting ready to go out on tour with Soil and Tantric for a couple weeks here at the end of March through the middle of April. Starting our PR and our radio campaigns and doing some interviews like I am now.
Very cool. Well, that's not too bad a lineup to be touring with. That's going to work out, I think.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for a more perfect tour for our first go out with Pavement. It's they're the two top grossing bands of the label. Super nice guys. They've been really cool to us ever since day one. Very welcoming. They're funny. I mean, I just can't wait for the tour. It's going to be a great tour.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I haven't talked to Tantric yet, but I've talked to Soil a couple times. I love those guys.
Yeah, they're great guys.
So, how long has Social 66 been around?
Well, Jason started the band, O'Daniel. I'm not really sure when he started it. He wrote a lot of the material himself. Was having a little trouble trying to put a band together for just a few months. He teamed up with Seven again, who was playing in a pretty popular band in the Columbus, Ohio area. And my band, Lycus, who Joe and I both played guitar for, we played up there in Columbus a few times and met up with Seven, just hit it off instantly. And then Seven hooked up with Jason, and they just liked what we brought to the table as far as our songwriting ability and our stage presence, and just asked us if we wanted to jump aboard. And, at first I was hesitant, just to be perfectly honest, because I had my thing going. Joe and I were doing this thing and trying to make something out of it. But then after I listened to the music, it was like, wow. I mean, it just floored me. I was totally impressed. I started entertaining the idea a little bit more. It didn't take me long to make the decision that this is what I want to do. I want to jump in on board with these guys. And ever since we did that, I would say Joe and I jumped on board probably about June, July of last year. And we got signed to the label in December. And it's just been warp speed since, nonstop.
Well, very cool. Well, I have to agree. The music is amazing. Shauna, before I forget, Shauna O'Donnell, I have to give her big, huge props and thanks for hooking me up with you guys. But she sent your tracks to me, and I played them. I think I've played them twice now on the radio this week, and everybody that's been tuned in, at least that's been in the chat, has given me great positive feedback on you guys. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I'm a fan too. When Jason spun those songs for me, I was instantly like, wow, these are fresh. Like, I've never heard anything like it. And I really think the world's going to take a hold of it. Once we start doing our campaigns and getting it out there, I have the utmost confidence that people are just going to dig it and roll with it.
Well, and I think so too, and I wish you guys the best of luck and success with that for sure.
Thank you so much, man.
So, how often do you guys practice on a weekly basis?
We don't really. I mean, it's kind of hard for us to do it. Seven lives in North Carolina. Jason lives in Akron, Ohio. And Joe and I live in West Virginia. So it makes it kind of difficult for us to get together. But we're constantly doing it ourselves. Obviously, Joe and I get together a lot since we live in the same town. But Jason and Seven come down and up when they can, and when we rehearse on our own, we try to get all our ducks in a row to when we do get together. It's just straight business for 5 or 6 hours, bang it all out, and it seems to be working out pretty well.
Very cool. So with this tour coming up, I mean, what are you guys going to do to make sure that the show and everything is tight before you actually, go live?
We've been hammering it out these past couple weekends, getting together, and it's like I said, it's just been coming together. We practice on our own to the record, and then when we get together, it is nothing but business. These past couple weekends we got together, we took some time off just to rehearse. And since we're so spread apart and it is difficult, we had to take that time off from gigging to get this thing together. But I'm not worried about it all. We're all professionals. We've been doing it a long time, and it doesn't seem to bother anyone so far. So.
Hey, cool, man. Whatever method works, that's all that matters, right?
Right, yeah. I was used to, in my last band, practicing, 2-3 nights a week. This is a different ball game for me, but like I said, we're all professionals. We've been doing it for a long time, so it's just what you have to do. You got to make it work. And I don't want to go out there and embarrass myself, so I'm constantly practicing at home.
Right. So, what kind of influences have you had in your life that got you into music and made you want to do something like this?
Well, I can take it as far back as when I was a child. I come from a very musical family. My grandmother, I spent a lot of time with her, and her and my aunt played in a gospel group. She sang and played piano, and every time I'd go over there, Grandma would just sing songs to me on the porch. We'd sing songs for hours, and we'd go inside and play on the piano for hours, and I think that's just where it started. And obviously, as I grew older, I became teenage angst and started listening to metal music and rock music, and saw Metallica for the first time when I was 11 years old.
Nice.
And that was it. I mean, I instantly knew what I wanted to do for the rest of my life when I saw those guys.
Very cool. And that's some great memories, back especially from your childhood. That's awesome.
Oh, it is great. And my grandma's still alive. She just moved into a high-rise and gave me the piano that we played on when I was a child.
How cool.
It's just amazing, man, how things have come full circle.
Very cool. So, how did the band come up with the name? Do you know where's that come from?
I don't know specifically. Jason came up with the name. I've heard him in other interviews say that he just wanted something that didn't put anybody off. He just wanted something that could relate to anybody. Greasy rock and roll, just driving down the highway, riding your motorcycle. And I think the music kind of reflects the name pretty well, even though it doesn't really have a deep, deep meaning like some other bands. It's just, you can basically make it whatever you want it. And I like that. The listener can change it to whatever he wants it to be.
Right, very cool. So, where is a good place for people to go to find out more about Social 66? What websites and social networking do you guys use?
We're on the Facebook. Reverb Nation's a real good one. If you want to go to our Facebook, it's just www.facebook.com/Social66band. It's got all of our tour dates on there. It's got all of our music. It's got a little bio. You got your daily posts that we post on there. Basically, that's where you can get most of the information. And if you want to go in depth farther, you can go to reverbnation.com /social66, and it's got a little more in-depth information on there for you.
Okay. And what studio did you guys use for this current album that's out? Where'd you guys record and produce at?
We recorded in a couple different places. We tracked most of the drums at Gold Savage Studios in Parkersburg, West Virginia. And then we went up to Akron and laid down the guitars and the vocals. Actually, I think I did the bass down here in West Virginia, too. To be honest with you, I can't remember the name of the studio that was in Akron, Ohio. But Cole Martinez was our producer and engineer for this record. and he is amazing. I can't thank this guy enough for what he did for us in such a short period of time. He really worked his ass off. Oh, sorry about the French.
Huh, no, that's okay. Was that the first time you'd ever worked with him before?
Yeah, me personally. Jason had worked with him before on some previous demos and a little EP that they put out. But yeah, for Joe and Seven and I, it was our first go around with them.
Okay. So what you know, the big question is, you know, where does the band hope to be in a couple years? I guess, I mean, you're on the label now, so what are your plans, and where do you hope to go?
I want to get to as many markets as possible. Like I said, I think once people listen to this record, it's so fresh. I have a feeling that people are just going to grab a hold of it and run with it. So the more markets that we can get into, I want to go out west. We're going to go down south a little bit with this run with Soil, and just hammer it out. Try to get on as many festivals as we can. Try to play as many gigs as we can, and get it to the masses and let them decide whether they like it or not. I think they will. I really do. I'm very confident in it.
Okay. If I grabbed your iPod or MP3 player, however you like to listen to music, what bands would I find you listening to right now?
Wow. Right now, I listen to a lot of Chevelle. I listen to Avenged Sevenfold. Really digging the new Alice in Chains record. Really digging the new Pop Evil record. And then, you know, I got some Roots stuff, like really dig Nothing Face, Testament, obviously Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax. I got a lot of thrash metal roots, but as I got older, I wanted to hear more melody, so that's where I went into the more radio-friendly rock like Chevelle and Breaking Benjamin and Seether, stuff like that.
Right. What's your favorite Metallica album?
Wow. You know, being a bass player, I shouldn't say this, but Justice for All. Just the riffage in that album and the drums are amazing. The bass guitar is kind of non-existent on that record, but just the songs from front to back just slam out. I think there's only 9 tracks on that album, but they're probably 5 to 6 minutes long each. And it's
Yeah, and the first minute and a half is nothing but intro.
right.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That is a very good album. My favorite Metallica album is Master of Puppets.
Oh yeah, it's so hard to choose from all those because they're
I'll give you that. It is pretty tough. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
So when you're not doing music and doing all this stuff for the band, anybody in the band have any crazy hobbies or anything they like to do to relax, unwind?
Me personally, Jason eats, sleeps, and breathes rock and roll. This guy does not sleep. I'm telling you. From the time he wakes up at 5:30 in the morning to the time he goes to bed at 3 in the morning, he is just 100% rock and roll all the time. I have a few hobbies. I like to play golf. I like to hike. Actually, I have too many hobbies that I need to get rid of. I ride motorcycles, ski. I just have way too much stuff to do.
You're just keeping busy, man. That's all good.
Yeah, trying.
So what would you say, you've kind of already answered this, but with Social 66, what sets this band apart? Especially when people come to a live show, when these live shows you guys have coming up, what are they going to get from you? What kind of experience?
It is just straightforward rock and roll. I call it gritter, greasy rock and roll. I just imagine people riding their Harley down the highway with the headphones in, or somebody banging on the steering wheel going down the road. It's driven music. When you come to our shows, it's just straight up. There's no frills. We just walk out on the stage and give it to you. We're the exact same people off stage that we are on stage. We're not trying to be put on this fake act of being these big rock stars on stage and then come off, and we're just normal people. We're just run-of-the-mill fans of music. It's just straight up rock and roll. That's what you're going to get at every single, and consistency.
Okay, well, I hope you guys make it to Michigan so I have an opportunity to come see you. So.
Oh yeah, we're going to be in Flint, Michigan, at the Machine Shop, March 28th. That's our kickoff tour with
very
Soil
cool.
and Tantric. I don't know if you're anywhere close to that area, but
Yeah, it's about 2 hours from me, and we actually, for one of the my radio station that I run locally out of Kalamazoo area, we do a concert series where we bring bands in and to different venues, and we're actually going to be in Jackson on the 28th. Or wait,
okay.
the 20. You said the 28th for your show, right? That's Friday, yeah. 29th, we actually have a show at the Foundry in Jackson.
Oh, okay.
So
get the chance to come down to holler at us, man. I'd love to meet you face to face.
Yeah, it'd be very cool, man.
Yeah.
So, okay, the most important question of the interview, so I hope you're ready. And I don't even know if you know the answer to this yet, but we'll see.
I don't know either.
We'll see if you do. So we'll pose it as, who do you think? Who do you think is going to spend or who do you think spends the most time in front of a mirror before they go on stage in the band?
In this band?
Yep.
I would say it has to be. I mean, he's gonna kill me for this, but it has to be 7. It has to be. I could elaborate, but I'll just leave it at that.
That's all good, man. I'm sure you'll get enough crap just for calling them out like that. So.
Oh, I'm sure I'm going to.
Horn size 7, you rock, man.
Right on.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to talk about with this band that I haven't brought up? Anything I missed?
I'd just like to thank everyone for jumping on board with us and welcoming us with open arms. Ever since I joined this band, like I said, it's just been warp speed. It seems like everybody gives us that few seconds of, wow, this music's really good, and then they get to know us, and we're just regular old dudes with, I just really appreciate the open arms welcome from everyone in the industry, from the label, from Soil Tantric, you guys at the radio stations, the magazines, just everything. The fans, I can't wait for people who's never heard us before to hear us for the first time and just get that reaction. This just seems like every day that somebody contacts me online, or I see somebody at the store and they're like, man, I heard your record the other day, or I heard a couple songs on the radio, and you guys are awesome. I hope the best for you. It's just been really nice.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's great.
That's going to be really cool if somebody comes up to you in a grocery store and says, hey, man, I just listened to your album and you guys rock.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like I said, we're the same people on stage that we are in real life, so I'm pretty recognizable. If you see me on stage, that's what I look like in real life. So.
Gotcha. Very good. Well, I want to thank you for taking time to call in, and give me about a week or so. I'll have this edited, and I'll have it up on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
And then I'll send you guys a link, and I'll send it to Shauna and the Pavement and everybody. And please tell the other guys in the band I said hello.
Absolutely.
And once again, good luck on your upcoming tour, and wish you guys nothing but the best. So very cool.
Thanks, Spencer. I appreciate it, man.
So, all right, you have a great day, man.
You too.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
take care. Bye.